Hey guys, now before you begin going to the fun process of sculpting, creating characters, or really anything that you have to do to create art, you need to make sure that you have references in front of you. Okay, whether you're doing an environment, you're doing an asset, or even any type of traditional art, having references that you could always refer to will go a long way with creating really good artwork. Okay. Now, I spent about 2 hours gathering references, and I have used this application called PureRef. If you guys have not downloaded that already, I want you guys to do that. Go to pureref.com and just download it. You could gather all your references in one application, which will make it easier for you to navigate around those photos that you have downloaded. Now, after you have downloaded it and you open it, you just go ahead and drag all your photos onto that software or that application. And I got it all in one. So I don't have to flip through each photos like you would traditionally do using just a regular photo viewer. So you have it all here. You could just like double click on the photo, and then you could scroll your mouse to zoom out, double click any photo that you want, scroll out right away. So it's easy access to just look at your photos at an instant. And you can see here that I have photos from him of Michael B. Jordan. That's going to be my subject. If you want to do another celebrity, that's fine. It's up to you. Or it doesn't have to be a celebrity. It could be a person that you know, a friend, a family, whatever that you want to do. Go ahead and feel free to model or sculpt that, because you basically all the information I'm going to give you here, it could be applied to really any character, okay? Because I'm going to show you how to sculpt. I'm going to dive into a little bit of anatomy, and yeah, just apply what you learned to kind of do your own. In fact, I actually recommend that you do your own character and don't make it look exactly like mine, because if you really want to put it on your portfolio, you have to be a little bit original, okay? So because if you're just doing and just following every single thing that's on the tutorial without applying it on your own character, and everybody basically have the same character that they're putting in the portfolio, it's not really going to make your portfolio stand out. So it's best to just apply what you learn, watch my video, apply what you learn, and do it on your own particular character. All right, so I have this right here. I have Creed. So let's say you want to do Michael B. Jordan. Maybe you could do when he actually looks like Creed, because I'm doing Michael B. Jordan, but I'm not really exactly doing him how he is in Creed. I'm doing Michael B. Jordan in a way where he looks like he's going to be in the Uncharted game. So I'm doing his face, right, and his body type, but his outfit is going to look like Drake from Uncharted. So that's still a little bit original, okay? And so if you want to do Michael B. Jordan, maybe you could have him look like how he is in Creed, just wearing boxers and gloves. Or you could have him look like a Spartan warrior. Whatever it is, it's still completely different from mine, okay? But yeah, see, look at this. I have some photos. Even though I'm not doing Creed, I still gathered some references from the Creed movie, because I want to look at his wrinkles here. I don't really want to make him too young. I don't want him to, like, you could see he's ultra young here. But I still grabbed this photo because I still want to see how his eyes look like. You know, you could still see clearly. And I gathered reference from this movie. I forgot what the name of the movie is, but I think he's supposed to be a lawyer here. But I gathered some of the reference from that movie because I want to do the type of hair that he has there. It's a little bit, it's not that clean. And I kind of want him to look a little rusty, a little bit. You know, here it's not so super clean, his hair, compared to how he looks like here. Okay, you see how he has all these waves and stuff. He got a nice little fade. So I don't want him to really look like that. I want it to look more like this. Like he doesn't really care as much about the way he looks in that movie. So yeah, something like that. So gather photos, and when you gather photos, I also want you guys to take a look at pay attention to the shadows, because if you have some nice shadows there that you can look at, it will really reveal to you the structure of the bony landmarks of the skull of the face. So if you have some dark shadows like this, that will also be great, because you can see more the construction of the face, okay? You can see more of the brow ridge, the depth of the eyes, the depth of the nose. So if you have something like that, you can really see it. It will allow you to have more details when you're sculpting, what details to add. You can see, all right, you could see right here his bony landmark on his skull. You see his temporal line right here. Okay, see his cheekbone, right? So all these will be very important when you are sculpting. Now I also have some photos of his body, and even though this is not like, I got this from somewhere, I don't know who did this, but it's somebody who made Hugh Jackman on ZBrush, and I just downloaded this because I like the anatomy. So if you want to use some ZBrush sculpt from other artists, just so that you can look at how they did an anatomy, that's also fine, but just make sure it's actually a really good sculpt, because this is really, really good. And yeah, I also downloaded some photos of him, even though I'm not gonna show his body, his body, his chest bare naked like this. He's not really naked because he got boxers on, but he's gonna be wearing shirt and pants and everything. Even though he's gonna be wearing an outfit, I still need to know how his anatomy look like, his shape of his body. That way, when he has clothes on, it would actually look realistic. It would look believable that it's still his body type. So even though I have photos of his anatomy here, I'm only gonna go as far as maybe doing the secondary shapes. But as far as the tertiary forms, I'm not even gonna bother really doing the tertiary forms on the abs and the chest. Maybe on the wrist, I'm gonna be adding the veins and stuff because that part is gonna show. But as far as anything else that's here, I'm probably just going to do the basic shapes and the secondary shapes, and that's it. Just so that we have some forms that could fill up the outfit, the top and the bottom. Yeah, so you could see I also have found photos of him. The paparazzis are always following him. And I could see how his body type is, his leg structure compared to his upper body. And yeah, so very important if you want to do characters, you have to have a full body. And I saw this from Anatomy for Sculptors, got this online. So it shows you the anatomy of the legs and the construction of the legs, the structure of the legs here. And I'm going to talk more about this as I'm sculpting, how I go about, what I think about when I'm sculpting the legs. And yeah, here I have a lot of photos of him. Just showing his face up close. Once again, look at the nice shadows here. You can see the real depth there. So you want to have different photos with different types of lighting. All right, you can see this is barely have any shadow at all, which is very important also because you can see more of his eyes, his lips, without being covered by the shadows. So you need to have different photos with different type of lighting conditions, okay, and different views. And also here I got some photos from Frank Zeng in ArtStation. So I want to kind of implement his outfit similar to this, okay, from Uncharted 4. So I want him to kind of look like an explorer, like Drake from Uncharted, and he have his holster right here. You can see the holster. I have downloaded some examples of holster, and then the type of shoe similar to this. What I'm going to do, some boots and some pants here that I found, I think on Amazon. And the type of, I have some folds here so I could see more clearly how the folds are going to look like and how it's going to wrap around his bicep and his chest. I mean, Michael B. Jordan's not going to be as thick as this guy right here, but he, you could still see how the biceps and the curves on the arms is hugging up on the shirt and also on the chest area. I know this is a little bit more exaggerated and the exaggerated body than what Michael B. Jordan had because it's not as thick as this, but you could still see how the clothes interact with the body, which is very important. Okay, you see that. All right, and yeah, so once you guys download, just grab the photos, put it in here, and what's cool about this, you could flip the photos once you have it selected. You could go ahead and hold the Shift and the Alt key, and then you could left click and drag. You could flip this vertically or horizontally, which is a very nice feature, I think, of PureRef. And you could also rotate this if you need to. You could go ahead and scroll your mouse, zoom in, zoom out. You could click and drag. All right. So a lot of things you could do here, all in one place. Go ahead and take the time to download PureRef and take the time to gather your references. And you have to be really, really patient. And yeah, don't rush the gathering reference process. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.